Hey everyone, it's Cecilia, trying something new. A friend of mine said it would be good to see my cards. I don't have an official layout. I do cards a lot differently than most people. But anyway, this is what my layout always looks like. I have stones of all kinds. A lot of them are for protection. When I'm going into the spirit realm, I say prayers of protection, not just for myself, but for those that watch my videos. You can end up with prankster spirits or nefarious energies that you don't want. So what I'm doing is, setting up, and I've done my prayers and my meditation so that my mind is clear. What I want to ask today has to do with, I should tell you, I'm very, very upset that we've sent people to El Salvador. Okay. Some of them, we don't even know if they're guilty or not. Well, let's be honest. And for me, it was the total act of cruelty. These people have not had their due process. And we know we've sent one, if not two, totally innocent people there. And they will come back harmed. They're not going to come back the same person, if we can even get them back at this point. Now keep in mind, El Salvador isn't doing this out of the goodness of their heart. We're paying them. And these people have not had due process. We're paying for the flying them there and for the housing of keeping them there. And we think we're doing this great thing. But are we? Are we really? The United States has a history of doing things that is in our best interest, that can be cruel. And this goes back to even before we were a country. And when I saw that, not only did I cry, but the first thing that popped in my head from my spirits and guides is that there's karma to be paid. Not just for this, but for it all. All 250 years of our existence as a nation, even before that. Even though people like you and I and everyday Joes and Janes aren't doing this, we've elected people to act on our behalf. And we've not held them accountable, to be quite frank. We've not held them accountable. So we get to pay the karmic debt. It's our karmic debt that we have to deal with. And then there are people that are delighting in this, and those that are delighting, their karmic debt is even bigger than the rest of us that thinks that this kind of shit is atrocious and should not be happening. So I want to ask the angels and guides, preferably in a 3-card spread. Angels and guides, preferably in a 3-card spread. Is what is happening now within our nation part of the universe kicking us in the proverbial ass and giving us a little bit of karma that we deserve? Is this the karma that we deserve? And please tell us in 3 cards, if possible, if that is true. If that is true. Okay, so. And I know it seems like I'm shuffling a lot, but I shuffle until I feel that I have done, that the energy Now I want to tell you that the energy, my reading is based on the energy at this moment in time. Anything can change. Cards are never wrong for the energy that they're putting out at this moment in time. But my interpretation could be wrong. Every card has several interpretations. Ooh, just fell out. Oh, 3 cards. So let's see what we got here. I'm not sure if these are part of our thing, so I'm going to use my pendulum. Pendulum is also a tool. Show me yes. Or you're cockeyed. Show me yes. My yes goes left to right. Show me no. My no goes up and down. It's backwards in most people's pendulums, but it did that from the moment I got it. There's a story behind this pendulum. Maybe one day I'll share it. Show me maybe. And my maybe is a circle going counterclockwise. Okay, so I want to ask the cards, because they kind of don't fit in, but if it's a 3-card pull, but if I'm supposed to pull more, the cards make the decision. I said I would like it to be a 3-card pull, but cards make the decision. They might decide it wants to be more. Are these cards part of the reading? Yes, because it's going this way. This is my yes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read these. Because I read differently, I have to add the other pictures. So I'll add them to look at them and make decisions. Okay, so this is the 7 of Wands. I know you can't really see it. This is the thing about having it so you can see the table. Can't see the table and see that, and I don't know how to do a split screen, so I can't figure out what to do. But this is upright, and it's about challenge, competition, protection, perseverance, defense, maintaining control. Okay, and 7s, I have a little cheat sheet I've got. Ever since I've had the mini stroke, I have a hard time remembering some things, but 7s is what is happening within us. Okay, what is happening within us? And Wands are always about action, a challenge, energy. Okay, the Knight of Swords. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but the Knight of Swords, it's upright. It's about ambitions, action-oriented, driven to succeed, fast thinking, defending beliefs. Okay. And this is the Ace of Wands. Okay, I mean Ace of Cups. Okay, Ace is new beginnings, and Cups are emotional cards. Okay, so here it says emotional loss, blocked creativity, emptiness, self-love, intuition, repressed emotions. Now remember, I'm not going to know which one of these are, what these all are, until I pull them all out. Okay. This is the Strength card, and it's upside down. Okay. And it's about inner strength, self-doubt, weakness, insecurity, low energy, new emotion, struggle, and pride. I'm hearing things in my head, but I'm not going to tell you what it is until I get them all. Okay. 9 of Swords. I'm going to send it upright. 9s are about taking stock. Okay. Sometimes it's about respite, but he's taking stock here. And this is anxiety, worry, fear, depression, nightmares, insomnia, hopelessness, trauma, and despair. This is the Ace of Wands. This is my second ace. This one's upright. Aces are new beginnings. And as wands are instinct, energy, action, creativity. It's an energy card. Okay. Here it says it's a new project, inspiration. God, I wish I had my glasses on, but I need new glasses. The other ones I can't read through anymore. Urge to create, willpower, desire, power, potential beginnings, new opportunities, and growth. I see. Okay. This is Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles mean financial, but they also can be well-being. She's upside down. This is about financial independence, self-care, work, home conflict, work-home conflict, self-centered, jealousy, and smothering. This is the World card. This is about completion, accomplishment, wholeness, attainment, fulfillment, travel, celebration of life, and arriving. The Justice card. Justice, fairness, truth, clarity, equality, balance, cause and effect, law. The Devil. It's upright. Shadow self, attachment, addiction, restriction, sexuality, temptation, seduction, destructive behavior, materialism, codependency, and toxicity. Nine of Cups. Remember I said cups were either emotional cards. Usually it's about happiness in it, but this is a lack of inner joy. Smugness, dissatisfaction, indulgence, materialism, inner happiness. I'm actually seeing a pattern here. the Death card. Endings, beginnings, change, transformation, transition, metamorphosis of a cycle. Ten of Cups. This is basically meaning the gig is over. Tens are endings. And cards are about and cups are about emotions. So it's shattered dreams, broken family, domestic disharmony, disconnect, misaligned values, struggling relationships. The Hermit. God, I'm seeing a pattern here. I'll tell you what that pattern is once I put it in line. Soul searching, introspective, contemplation, wisdom, truth-seeking, being alone, independence, inner guidance, meditation, and consciousness. Not 100% sure if this fits in. Let's find out. The Queen of Cups. Does this fit into the reading? No. That's why I had to ask, because it didn't seem to fit in. So I was like, let's see what's at the base of the deck. This is usually, when it's upright, it's family wealth. This is the 10 of the 10 of Pentacles. And it's a family card. And 10s are endings of something. In this case, it could be emotional, it could be financial. It's the dark side of wealth. Financial failure or loss, fleeting success, lack of stability, and lack of resources. Okay. These don't fit in. That I know. They don't fit in. So let's tell our story. Give me a minute. It does take me a minute to put them in order. Now I asked to show me 3 cards. It could be that they're going to give me 3 piles. That happens more times than I can say. So let's start here. Usually use my bigger table, but I'm in my bedroom and not in my living room. you doing there, princess? Princess is behind me. She's all cuddled up behind my back, like she's trying to push me off. Angels and guides, open my third eye to see where this card belongs. Help me to see where it belongs in this reading. Okay, I think I have it. So all these cards, I'm going to read to you the words that stick out, and this has to do with our past and some of what we are doing now. Okay. Destructive behavior. Dissatisfaction and materialism. We're not happy with what we got as country. This is history, our whole history. Not happy with what we had. And which has led to some of our most destructive behavior. This is work-home conflict, as well as self-centered. Our country's self-centered, but it's not causing us a work-home issue. It's causing us a work United States and world history conflict. Not just and it's always been. But for us, it's we're self-centered. We have this exceptionalism thing going on here. We try to, what points out here is defense and maintaining control. Everybody complains about, oh, we can't be, we can't help everybody in the world and blah, 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 blah. And we're not, no matter where you stand on this, there is a thing about defense and maintaining control. That's how we've held control throughout our history, involving ourselves in other countries. And believe me, it was never at our best interest. Remember, this talks about self-centered. It's about us being self-centered. And we've always defended our actions that we've done. It says defending beliefs, but this is action. He's moving forward. Swords are decision making and communication, and what we're doing is we've always defended what we were doing, whether it was defending why we went into Vietnam War, defending why we're sending these people to El Salvador, defending why we needed to take the land from the indigenous people, defending why we need to have slavery. All these things fit right here. Justice and death. We're going to be seeing the truth of who we are. There's a lot of truth going to be coming out. And we're going to be feeling cause and effect. So yeah. We are, actually this goes here. Huh. Isn't that funny? I just heard that. Yeah. We're going to be held account. Right now we're being held account. This is a yes card. We're being held account for everything that we've done. One way or another. The universe is going to put us back straight. They're going to teach us a lesson in fairness, truth, charity, equality, balance. And they're going to do it by cause and effect. But right now, it's going to be a very painful lesson. Yeah. We're going to have some emotional loss here. Emotional loss. Emptiness. Despair, maybe. That's the Ace of Cups in reverse. Insecurity. Low energy. Low energy doesn't necessarily mean physically low energy. In the spirit realm, low energy means something totally different. It's those beings that are, I don't know how to describe this. You have higher spiritual beings, people who show love no matter what. They help everybody no matter what. And then you got a middle group of people. And then you got this low energy. And this low energy are people who they'll take. They won't give. They're unkind. Yeah, we're going to see a lot of that. The harder things get, the more of this you're going to see. Shattered dreams. Domestic disharmony. I know from history, especially from the 70s. This is the 10 of Cups upside down. Remember I said this was the gig is up card. Struggling. You're going to see misaligned values. The more people struggle, I learned this in the 70s. There were a lot of things we saw happen as people lost their jobs, lost their income, wasn't able to pay rent. Abuse went up. Hunger went up. Crime went up. We're going to see that. We are going to see that. The gig is up. We've had it good. We didn't know how good we had it. And we're going backwards. There's going to be a lot of anxiety, worry. This is the 9 of Swords. We're going to be doing some real thinking. What have we done? What have we voted for? What have we allowed to happen? Why haven't we spoken up for all these decades when our legislators wasn't doing what we wanted them to do? Why don't we vote? Why are we so self-centered? See, that's part of the problem. Got a lot of people so self-centered. They had it good. They didn't realize how good they had it. They're going to be questioning things. Got a lot of people who don't vote, who aren't even registered to vote. Oh, I don't care about politics. Yeah, well, you're going to care now. Because you're going to be feeling the karma for generations of bullshit that our country has done. This is dark side. Financial failure and loss for a lot of people. People can lose their homes. People can lose their jobs. Lack of stability and treasures. This is the family wealth card. Even people who had a little bit of money. I'm not 100% sure who's going to be more hurt by all of this. People who've always been poor, who've always struggled. I mean, they're still going to struggle. It's going to be hard. It might just push them over the edge. But people who are used to being haves, and they've never been part of the have-nots, might have more emotional problems with that. See, I've been part of the have-nots most of my life. Not all. I've known money, and I've known have-nots. Money's so much better. Not because you can buy whatever you want, but you can pay your bills on time. And you can have food. And you can have what you need when your car breaks down. Yeah. I'm feeling pain. Oh my God. Pain. Unbelievable pain. The Hermit. We're going to be looking at ourselves. We're going to be doing some real big soul searching. And I don't know if that's going to come from our leadership, but it's definitely going to happen with us. What is important? We're going to be reevaluating. We're going to be seeking the truth. You're going to see a lot of people going inward for inner guidance, seeking out their spirits and their guides. This is part of the, for those of you that know me, who follow me on Facebook as friends, and I even talked about it in some of the videos, the 30-year transition from the divine masculine to the divine feminine. This is part of that. We're going to be looking into our consciousness. Death. Death doesn't mean literal death, unless it's paired up with certain cards. Ending. Ending for what we thought we knew. It's going to change. We're going to change as a country. Through this 30-year transition from divine masculine to divine feminine in age of Aquarius, we're going to transform ourselves. We're going to change things. This is the proverbial kick in the ass that the Justice card in the universe is going to give us. And we're going to put an end to the old ways. And we're going to have new beginnings. And we're going to go through a transition. It's not going to be easy. But on the other side, once we go through this, and it's going to be longer than we think it is. I felt a major shift in 2020. And I felt more of a shift, not for the good though, at the beginning of this year. And recently, before the tariffs, actually, I was telling somebody at work, I feel a shift coming. I feel a major shift. And they said something to me along the lines, you know, it's funny because so-and-so said the same thing. And this person is not very spiritual. But they said there's a major shift. They felt a major shift. We're going to be feeling those. But this is the Ace of Wands. Inspiration. We're going to create. We're going to have a desire. And we have potential beginnings and new opportunities and growth. When we come out of all of this, that's a lot going to happen. Get with your communities. Get with your people. You're going to have to work together. It's the only way we're going to survive this. But we're going to come out, a brand new beginning. The world, we just talked about that. We're going to complete it, we're going to accomplish it. Wholeness. We're going to come out better, more whole. Fulfillment. We're going to arrive to where we want to be. But we got all of this first. I can't tell you how long. Cards don't work like that. It's not going to be a short time though. Because remember that 30-year shift doesn't end until 2050. Yeah. So all I can suggest is that we go ahead and we form our communities. We help each other. We do our spiritual work. We try not to get, and it's really hard, not to get sucked up down the rabbit hole. It's easy to do. Even I, every once in a while, get sucked up down the rabbit hole. But that's only because I feel energy. And I start saying, okay, where is this energy coming from? And then next thing you know. But anyway, have a good day. I'm going to get this up as soon as I can. My internet is slow. But on the 18th, I get higher internet. And I'm excited about that. At a cheaper cost, too. Win-win for me. Anyway, have a wonderful day. And we'll see you again. See, there's Princess. She's been hanging out a lot with me.